As you begin, allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment, with nothing to do and nowhere to go. Let the day gently loosen its grip on you. You are safe here, supported by the simple act of being present. Take a slow, easy breath in through your nose and exhale softly through your mouth, as if you are releasing the weight of the day with every breath out. There is no effort required. Breathing is happening naturally, just as it always does, and now you are simply becoming aware of it. With each breath, feel your body responding. Notice how the inhale subtly lifts the chest and how the exhale allows everything to soften and settle. Imagine that every exhalation carries away any tension you may be holding, whether you are aware of it or not. There is no need to search for relaxation. The body already knows how to return to balance when given permission. Bring your awareness gently to the top of your head. Sense a quiet openness there, as though the mind itself is beginning to rest. Allow this sensation to move downward, flowing effortlessly across your forehead, behind the eyes, and into the muscles of your face. If your jaw is holding on, let it release. If the tongue is tense, let it rest naturally. The face softens, and with it, the mind begins to slow. Now feel this wave of ease traveling down through your neck and shoulders. These are places where responsibility and effort often gather. You do not need to carry anything right now. Let the shoulders drop, as if they are melting away from the ears. Sense a gentle warmth spreading across the upper body, loosening any tightness, dissolving any residual strain. As your attention continues downward, notice the rhythm of your heart. There is an intelligence here that has been guiding you since before you were aware of it. You do not need to control it or change it. Simply observe, and in that observation, allow a sense of trust to arise. With every breath, the heart finds its natural coherence, and the nervous system begins to shift into a state of calm and restoration. Feel the breath moving into the chest and abdomen, expanding softly, then releasing. The belly rises and falls in a soothing rhythm, signaling to the body that it is safe to let go. The muscles of the back relax, the spine gently supported, the body cradled by the surface beneath you. Gravity is doing the work for you now. You are being held. Let this awareness move into the hips, the thighs, and the legs. These strong structures that carry you through life are now invited to rest completely. Sense the thighs becoming heavy, the knees softening, the calves unwinding. The feet relax, the toes releasing any last effort. The entire body is now resting in a state of effortless ease. As the body relaxes, the mind naturally follows. Thoughts may still arise, and that is perfectly fine. You do not need to engage with them. Imagine each thought as a cloud drifting across a vast, open sky. You notice it and then it passes. Beneath these passing thoughts, there is a deeper stillness that has always been there waiting for your attention. Now, become aware of the space between your thoughts, the quiet gaps that appear naturally. In these moments of stillness, the conscious mind begins to soften its grip. You are entering a gentle threshold where wakefulness and sleep begin to blend. This is a fertile space, a doorway into the deeper intelligence of the subconscious. Allow yourself to sink a little deeper with each breath. Time begins to feel less important. The edges of awareness soften. You may notice sensations of lightness or heaviness, or a sense of floating or sinking. Whatever you experience is exactly right. There is nothing to analyze, nothing to fix. Simply allow. In this state of deep relaxation, the body initiates its natural processes of renewal and balance. The nervous system shifts from effort to ease, from alertness to restoration. You are not making this happen. You are allowing it. This is the art of surrender, where healing and transformation begin effortlessly. As you rest here, know that this relaxed awareness is the gateway to deeper change. When the body sleeps and the mind quiets, the subconscious becomes open, receptive, and responsive. This is where new patterns can take root, where old limitations begin to dissolve, and where alignment with your natural state of well-being is restored. For now, simply remain here, breathing softly, resting deeply, and allowing yourself to drift further into this calm, knowing that everything that follows will unfold naturally and effortlessly. As you continue resting in this calm, receptive state, notice how the boundary between waking and sleeping becomes softer, more fluid. The thinking mind begins to step aside, and in its place, a deeper intelligence quietly comes forward. This is the level of awareness where habits are formed, where beliefs take root, and where change occurs naturally, without effort. You do not need to try to reprogram anything. Your presence here is enough. The subconscious mind responds not to force, but to gentle suggestion, to feeling, to repetition infused with ease. In this relaxed state, every word you hear can be received like a whisper carried on a warm breeze. There is no resistance here, no inner debate. The mind listens, absorbs, and integrates effortlessly. Begin to sense a subtle openness within you, as though an inner door has quietly opened. Through this doorway, old patterns that no longer serve you can drift out, and new possibilities can enter. You may not know exactly which beliefs are ready to be released, and you do not need to. The subconscious is wise. It knows precisely what to keep and what to let go. Allow yourself to receive these gentle reminders, not as commands, but as truths that are being remembered. You are safe in your body. You are supported by life. You are enough, exactly as you are. Let these words settle into the deeper layers of your awareness, like seeds being placed into fertile soil. If any part of you hesitates, simply notice that hesitation with kindness. There is no need to push it away. Even hesitation is a form of protection that once served a purpose. Now, you can thank it and allow it to soften. As it softens, space opens for new perspectives to emerge. Feel how natural it is to accept ease, to accept flow, to accept well-being. These are not things you need to earn. They are your natural state. As the subconscious receives this understanding, it begins to reorganize itself, aligning thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with a deeper sense of harmony. You may begin to sense subtle shifts taking place beneath the surface. Perhaps a feeling of relief, or a quiet confidence, or a sense of spaciousness. These are signs that the subconscious is integrating new information. There is nothing dramatic required. Transformation often happens in silence. As you rest here, allow empowering ideas to gently repeat themselves within you, not as effort, but as echoes. You trust life. You trust yourself. You allow things to unfold in their own perfect timing. Each repetition deepens the imprint, making these ideas feel familiar, natural, and true. The subconscious does not distinguish between imagination and reality. What it receives consistently, it begins to express outwardly. As you imagine yourself living with greater ease, clarity, and balance, the subconscious accepts this as a new blueprint. From this blueprint, new choices, responses, and opportunities arise effortlessly. There is nothing to visualize perfectly, nothing to get right. Simply allow a feeling of alignment to be present. A sense that things are working out, even when you cannot yet see how. This feeling becomes a signal, guiding the subconscious to reorganize your inner world in subtle and powerful ways. As these new patterns settle in, old limiting beliefs lose their momentum. They no longer receive the attention that sustained them. They begin to fade, not through struggle, but through irrelevance. What remains is a quieter mind, a more open heart, and a deeper trust in the unfolding of your life. Stay with this gentle absorption, knowing that the subconscious continues to listen long after the conscious mind drifts into sleep. Every moment of rest reinforces these new impressions. Every breath anchors them more deeply. Allow yourself now to sink further into this receptive state, confident that the seeds of change have been planted and that they will grow naturally in their own time, without effort or strain. As these new impressions settle quietly within you, the body begins to respond in its own language. Sensations, emotions, and subtle shifts emerge as signals of release and renewal. You do not need to interpret them. The body carries an innate wisdom, a memory of balance that predates stress, habit, and story. In this receptive state, that wisdom naturally awakens. Bring your awareness gently into the center of the body, the place where breath, emotion, and energy meet. Notice how each inhale brings a sense of nourishment, and each exhale creates space. Imagine that with every breath out, The body is letting go of something it has been holding on to for a long time, not through effort, but through permission. There may be emotions stored here, impressions from moments when the body learned to protect itself. These impressions were never mistakes. They were intelligent responses to experience. Now, in this moment of safety and rest, the body recognizes that it no longer needs to hold them in the same way. It can soften its grip. Allow yourself to sense areas that feel dense, heavy, or tight. You are not trying to fix them. Simply notice them with kindness. Awareness itself is healing. When attention meets sensation without judgment, the nervous system receives a powerful message: it is safe to release. Imagine a gentle warmth moving through these areas, like sunlight dissolving morning mist. This warmth does not force anything to change. It invites. Muscles loosen, breath deepens, and emotional energy begins to move again. What was once stuck finds a pathway to flow. As this release unfolds, you may feel waves of ease or subtle emotional shifts, perhaps a quiet sadness, a soft relief, or even a sense of lightness. Whatever arises is welcomed. The body knows how to complete experiences that were once interrupted. In this space of awareness, completion happens naturally. Now, let your attention move deeper, beyond muscles and organs, into the cellular level. Each cell in the body is alive with intelligence, constantly listening and responding. In states of stress, cells contract. In states of safety, they expand. As you rest here, imagine each cell gently opening, receiving oxygen nourishment and an information that supports balance. Visualize the cells communicating with one another, sharing a message of coherence and harmony. The body remembers how to regulate itself. Systems begin to synchronize, rhythms find their natural pace, and energy moves freely. This is not something you control, it is something you allow. Old emotional imprints stored in the body begin to dissolve, not because you analyze them, but because the environment has changed. Safety has replaced urgency. Awareness has replaced resistance. In this new environment, healing becomes the most natural outcome. Notice how the breath now feels smoother, more effortless. The heart rate steadies. The mind remains quiet, observing without interference. This is the state in which the body does its deepest work, repairing, restoring, and recalibrating itself from within. You may sense gratitude arising spontaneously, or a feeling of deep restfulness spreading through you. These are signs that the body is moving out of survival mode and into regeneration. In this state, healing does not feel dramatic. It feels ordinary, familiar, like returning home. Trust that even if you are not consciously aware of specific changes, they are occurring beneath the surface. The body is constantly adjusting, adapting, and renewing itself. Your role is not to manage the process, but to stay present and receptive. As you remain here, allow any remaining emotional residue to gently release with each exhale. There is nothing to hold on to. You do not need to carry the past forward. The present moment is sufficient. It contains everything needed for balance to be restored. Rest in this sense of quiet integration, knowing that healing continues effortlessly, guided by an intelligence far greater than the thinking mind, as you drift deeper into ease and wholeness. As this sense of wholeness settles in, awareness naturally begins to expand beyond the boundaries of the body. You are still deeply relaxed, yet there is a quiet alertness present, an openness that allows new possibilities to be perceived without effort. In this state, intention arises not as desire or striving but as a gentle orientation toward harmony and fulfillment. Begin by sensing the quality of abundance as a feeling rather than an object. Abundance is not something you acquire, it is a state of alignment with the flow of life. When you are aligned, support appears naturally, opportunities emerge effortlessly, and synchronicity becomes familiar. Let yourself rest in the feeling that life is working with you, not against you. You do not need to picture specific outcomes. The subconscious responds more deeply to feeling than to detail. Sense what it would be like to live with ease, trust, and quiet confidence. Allow that feeling to fill your awareness, the same way warmth fills a room. This feeling becomes a signal, informing every level of your being that you are supported. Notice how natural it feels to expect good things without attachment. This expectation is not demanding, it is receptive. It says yes to possibility and releases the need to control how it arrives. In this openness, life finds countless pathways to meet you. As intention settles into the subconscious, it begins to organize perception and behavior in subtle ways. You may find yourself noticing opportunities you once overlooked, responding with clarity instead of hesitation, or taking inspired action without force. These shifts are not deliberate, they arise spontaneously when alignment is present. Allow yourself to affirm gently and internally that you are in harmony with the intelligence of life, that what is meant for you comes to you with ease, that you are worthy of abundance in all its forms, peace, connection, creativity, and material support. These affirmations are not attempts to convince, they are acknowledgments of an underlying truth. Feel how this truth resonates in the body. There may be a sense of expansion in the chest, a lightness in the mind, or a deep relaxation in the abdomen. These sensations indicate coherence, the state in which mind, body, and environment are in agreement. Now imagine your life unfolding from this state of coherence, not as a series of tasks to manage, but as a natural expression of who you are. You wake with clarity. You move through your day guided by intuition. You respond rather than react. Each moment feels connected to the next, part of a larger, meaningful flow. There is no need to rush this vision. Let it remain impressionistic, more feeling than form. The subconscious takes this impression and uses it as a template, shaping experiences and encounters in ways that feel surprisingly natural when they occur. Understand that manifestation is not about forcing reality to change. It is about becoming so aligned with your true nature that reality responds accordingly. When resistance dissolves, what you seek often arrives quietly without drama, as though it has always been on its way. As you rest in this understanding, release any lingering attachment to outcomes. Trust is the most powerful intention. Trust signals to the subconscious that it can relax, that it does not need to struggle or grasp. In relaxation, alignment deepens. You may notice a sense of gratitude arising, not for something specific, but for the feeling of being connected to life itself. Gratitude amplifies coherence. It reinforces the signal that you are open to receive. Let this gratitude exist without words as a simple presence. Now allow this state of alignment to continue effortlessly as you drift towards sleep. Know that the subconscious remains active, refining intentions, integrating alignment, and attracting experiences that reflect this inner coherence. Everything you need is already moving toward you, unfolding in perfect timing as you rest deeply in trust.